Our podcast is a part of the World Podcast Network, now with over 1,000 podcasts. Visit the World Podcast Network at worldpodcast.network to listen to podcasts in over 12 genres. Come vote our podcast episodes up and help us rise on the leaderboard. If you have a podcast of your own, you can join for free. Welcome to Reality Tea Times 2, the podcast where we discuss all the trash reality TV we love to hate. I'm Tanika, and today we are going to be finally doing the first episode of 90 Day UK. Trying my best to get through it so that we can, get those out to you as quickly as possible. But before we get into it, we're going to do some hot cross, and we're going to do one piece of mango hot cross. It's kind of piggybacking off of when we discussed this previously, actually, with Bachelorette coming soon. We have the official cast. I'm not going to be posting pictures again because I already did that. But we've been a couple months ago now, so that's already been done. But now we get a little more information, bios and stuff like that for these 25 men. So we're going to kind of do more of that. And then we'll head into the episode, because the UK episode, especially in the beginning, is going to be pretty short. So that's what we're going to do. So this is only going to be for the first episode. I'm still working on the second and third, and then still have to do the fourth. I don't even know how many episodes were released this week, but we'll kind of take it from there. So Aaron, who is from Tulsa, Oklahoma, he's an aerospace engineer. He's 29 years old. Aaron is an aerospace engineer who is ready to lift someone to the moon and back. If he looks familiar, it might be because his twin brother, Noah, famously found love on Bachelor in Paradise. Aaron and Noah are extremely close and even more competitive. They come from a big family of 11 kids. Why the hell? Aaron is a romantic who is excited about the opportunity to find true love with Jen and can't wait to meet our leading lady. When Aaron isn't working hard building satellites to send into space, he loves spending time on the lake playing volleyball and perfecting his golf game. The engineer says he's emotionally available and is ready to meet the girl of his dreams. We can't wait to see if he and Jen find a love that's out of this world. Fun facts about Aaron. Aaron's most embarrassing haircut was rocking a middle part. Aaron is a force of nature on the pickleball court. Aaron is officially 7 minutes older than Noah. Next, we have Austin from San Diego, California. He's a sales exec and he's 28. Austin is a California boy who loves the beach, sushi, and the idea of finding someone to share them both with for the rest of his life. He just needs to find a woman who will appreciate and accept his mullet. He literally looks like Trevor. This sales exec is looking for an honest, loving, fun woman with whom he can start a family. While he's passionate about his career in sales, Austin is constantly thinking ahead, saying, "Everything that I do is for my future. I can't wait to give my future wife and kids the life they deserve." When Austin isn't working, he loves playing baseball, attending Padre baseball games, and calling his mom. He's a mama's boy. Austin is just as sweet as he is handsome, and we are excited to see if sparks fly when he meets our bachelorette. Fun fact, Austin will love to be Justin Bieber just for a day. That's really weird. Austin doesn't go anywhere without his retainers. Austin is extremely terrified of snakes. We have Brendan, who is from Vancouver, British Columbia. He's a real estate broker and he's 30. Brendan is an adventure-seeking Canadian who won't apologize for fighting for love. The commercial real estate broker seems to have it all, with a successful career, great friends, and loving family, but one major piece is missing: his wife. Brendan has had multiple long-term relationships, but has been unlucky in love. His last girlfriend left him for his best friend. Shit. And since then, he says dating apps just don't work for him. Brendan much prefers life with a partner by his side. While he might be shy at first, he's extremely kind, loyal, and empathetic. Once you get to know him, he loves a spontaneous excursion and is hoping Jen is ready to jump headfirst with him into the adventure of a lifetime. Fun facts. Brendan is obsessed with skydiving. He always picks dare over truth, and he may or may not have successfully snuck into Coachella. Next, we have Brett, who's from Manheim, I think that's totally wrong, I'm sorry, Pennsylvania. He's a health and safety manager, and he's 28. This small town boy has big dreams when it comes to finding love. Brett has great energy, strong confidence, and a lot of personality to go around. Though Brett loves to be the life of the party and won't turn down anyone who challenges him to a dance-off. Great. Underneath his outgoing exterior is an authentic man with a sensitive soul who's ready to find the one. Brett's parents have been married for over 30 years, and he wants to find a love that can stand the test of time like theirs has. He's looking for a woman who he can connect with on a deep level emotionally, and who also has a good sense of humor. Brett can't wait to meet Jen and see if she's the woman he's been looking for. Fun facts. Brett can do the splits and will do them on command. Brett has never left the United States, but hopes soon one day. As a kid, well, he will. As a kid, well, hopefully. Brett accidentally shaved off his own eyebrows right before picture day. That's unfortunate. We have... Actually, some of these pictures do actually look very different, so I think I still will post the new pictures just in case there's been a little bit of a change. But yes, we have Brian, who's from Boynton Beach, Florida. He's an aesthetics consultant, 33. Brian has both humor and heart. He packed up his big personality and Long Island accent and moved to Florida to chase his dreams and enjoy the hot weather. He can't wait to meet the bachelorette and say, quote, I hope to meet the woman of my dreams, my partner in crime, my queen. He's looking for a strong and confident woman with whom he can plant roots. When the aesthetics consultant isn't helping people feel like their most beautiful selves, he loves spending time with his family, especially his nieces and nephews. His parents served in the NYPD and FDNY. Wow. Brian is pumped for the chance to fall in love again and can't wait for his bachelorette journey to begin. Fun facts about him. Brian loves Botox and doesn't care who knows it. He's terrified of sharks but wants to go scuba diving with them. He is a big fan of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's relationship. He's a confirmed Swiftie. Next, we have Dakota, who's from Paradise Valley, Arizona. He is a sommelier. I don't know what that is, but he's 27. Dakota is the certified sommelier, is ready to sweep Jen off her feet with his good looks, goofy personality, and internal optimism. Dakota has been a caretaker of others for a lot of his life and is hoping to start a relationship where they can be there for each other. He's wise beyond his years and is very proud of his career and as a sommelier. Dakota promises he's here for the right reasons, saying, I truly believe the Bachelorette came at a divine time with where I'm at in my life, and Jen is the kind of woman I hope to meet. He hopes to take her to his hometown where he can show her around all the gorgeous vineyards and toast to their future together. Fun facts, Dakota spontaneously drove to Mexico at 3 a.m. in the morning with just the clothes on his back. He has dreams of becoming one of the very few elite master sommeliers, whatever that is. He has a tattoo on his rib that is a quote saying, the biggest thing in today's sorrow is the memory of yesterday's joy. We have Devin, Houston, Texas. He's a freight company owner, 28. Devin is the full package and is so ready to meet his match. This business owner is 100% husband material and dreams of surprising his partner with romantic gestures throughout their relationship. Devin is extremely hardworking, passionate about his career, and proud of the business he's built. When he's not working, he loves running and spending time with his dog, Charlie. These two are a package deal. Devin is hoping his future wife is honest, kind, and embraces his big personality. He admits he's a bit loud and loves to talk. Devin is truly here to find his person and hopefully return home with Jen by his side. Fun facts: Devin ran a 200-mile relay race with his buddies. He loves eating shrimp tacos despite being allergic to shrimp. Why would you do that? His mom is his hero. That's sweet. Next, we have Dylan from Elk Grove, California. He's a medical student. He's 24. Dylan might be young, but he knows exactly what he wants in life and is very serious about finding a wife with whom to settle down. His parents are still together and have provided him with the example of love he hopes to find in life. Dylan is looking for a partner with similar morals to his, who wants a family and with whom he feels instant chemistry. The medical student is smart and empathetic and plans on becoming a doctor one day. When he isn't working toward his goals, Dylan loves listening to Drake and attending Sacramento Kings games. Despite not having luck in the love department yet, he's 24. Dylan says he's the kind of guy to bring home to parents. Fun facts. Dylan is a big fan of wine and painting date nights. He hates avocados, and he has never stepped foot in a Trader Joe's. Next, we have Grant, Houston, Texas, day trader. He's 30. His smile lights up every room he walks into, and is followed by his positive attitude. Grant is a mama's boy who loves poetry and reading and says he's here to find the love of his life. The former pro basketball player is passionate about his new career as a day trader and hopes to be able to provide for his future family. When Grant isn't hustling at his job, he loves watching the Lakers, going bowling, singing his heart out at karaoke. After his last long-term relationship didn't work out, Grant is excited for the chance to fall in love again and can't wait for his bachelorette journey to begin. Fun facts: Grant plans to visit every country in his lifetime. Grant is an avid salsa dancer, and he wishes he could live in the year 3000 to see what technology is like. Next, we have Hakeem, who is from Stromberg, Illinois. He's a medical device salesman. He's 29. Hakeem is an energetic guy with a big personality. He's ready to find someone to bring home to meet his big Jamaican family and introduce his favorite parts of his culture, like Jamaican food. Yum, yum. Maybe I'm biased. Hakeem is funny, outgoing, and honest, and loves planning cheesy romantic dates for his partner. He worked hard to get his master's degree at Northwestern University, and when he's not hard at work, he loves listening to reggae music and rewatching The Lion King. While Hakeem has spent most of his life in Chicago, he hopes to move somewhere warm someday to settle down and start a family of his own. Fun facts: Hakeem can fully clap with just one hand. Can't we all do that? I'm also confused. Okay. He takes finding love so seriously that he spent over $5,000 on a dating coach. He has gone on a picnic date in a cemetery, but he promises not to ghost. Jesus Christ. Johan, who's from New York, New York, startup founder, 28, so unemployed. Anyways, Johan is an extremely smart, successful guy who founded his own company and has prioritized his career throughout his 20s. Now that this Forbes 30 under 30 bachelor, has built his empire, he is truly ready to meet a woman with whom to share it all. The NYC local will do anything for the people he loves and finds great joy in making people feel cared for and understood. Johan is very close with his family and wants to start a family of his own someday with the woman of his dreams. He hopes his future wife is outgoing, ambitious, and creative. So, fun facts, if you challenge John to a game of chess, you'll most likely lose. He is out of commission if he gets hangry, and he is learning to fly a plane. Learning to fly a plane is on his bucket list. Next, we have Jeremy, who's also from New York, New York. He's a real estate investor, and I believe he's also 29. I think the other guy was 29 too. Anyways, Jeremy is a spontaneous, loyal, and generous guy who is here to find his forever love. He has had long-term relationships in the past, but has been unlucky in love ever since. When Jeremy loves, he loves hard and enjoys coming up with creative ideas for special date nights. When he isn't working as a real estate investor, he loves staying active, traveling the world, and spending time with his family. He's looking for a lasting relationship where he and his partner can have great communication and share a good sense of humor. Jeremy says his love language is physical touch, and he's hoping his future wife is ready for all the cuddles and kisses. Fun facts. Jeremy wants to live abroad someday. He is happiest when he gets a full 8 hours of sleep. You need your 8 hours. And Jeremy's ideal meet the family date would be inviting a girl over for Passover, Siddur. So because he's Jewish. Next, we have John. He's from Delray Beach, Florida. He's a medical student, 25. John is a smart, athletic stud with a heart of gold. He's fulfilling his life dream of becoming a doctor and is excited to see if he and Jen have chemistry. John is hoping his future wife is compassionate, honest, and ambitious. He also hopes to have a big family someday, just like the family he grew up in. While the future doctor takes his work very seriously, he's always up for a good time, whether that's hosting a game night, going to the movies, or playing some basketball. John says he lives a life of gratitude and is truly thankful for his experience to get to meet Jen. He's totally a relationship guy, so let's see if that works out. Fun facts. John is literally obsessed with all things Christmas. One time, John stayed awake for 36 plus hours playing ping pong, and he is learning Spanish on Duolingo. We have Jonathan, a Los Angeles, California creative director, 27. Jonathan is really something special with his gorgeous smile, his entrepreneurial spirit, and a loyal heart. He has it all. Jonathan is just missing his partner by his side and is ready to meet the woman of his dreams. He's a self-proclaimed romantic who says, I treat every girl the same way I want to see my mother and sister treated. Jonathan is well-traveled, spontaneous, and excited about the possibility of traveling the world with Jen. When the creative director isn't working, he loves listening to Post Malone, checking out local escape rooms, and playing lacrosse with his friends. Jonathan is here to find his perfect match and hopefully return home with Jen. Fun facts, Jonathan calls himself a medium king. Don't know what that means. He wants to move to Hawaii for a year, and he would love to have lunch with Neil deGrasse Tyson to pick his brain. We have Kevin, Denver, Colorado, financial analyst, 35. This thrill seeker is ready to find love. Kevin is an adventurous guy who loves living on the edge by going skydiving, bungee jumping, and cliff diving. Now he's ready to dive headfirst into romance as he looks for his future wife with the Bachelorette. While Kevin loves adventure, he's also very ready to settle down and even bought a home in which to plant roots. He hopes to build his family with the woman of his dreams. In this space, when Kevin isn't working at his job in finance, he loves being a huge foodie by trying new restaurants and cooking up delicious meals on the barbecue. Fun facts, Kevin has been skiing over 200 times. He cannot, under any circumstance, tolerate bugs. Same. Kevin used to own his own barbecue restaurant. Next, we have Marcus from Raleigh, North Carolina. He's an Army Ranger veteran, 31. Marcus is a real-life superhero. The military veteran and a Harvard alum is so excited to meet Jen and hopes she's the kind, honest, humble woman for whom he's been searching. Marcus is a man of humility and wants to start a life with someone who shares his core values. When he isn't working hard toward his career and his future, Marcus loves going rock climbing with friends and grilling on a Saturday night. Marcus has been in love before and is ready to settle down and start a family with his perfect match. There it is again. He is looking forward to meeting Jen and is hoping to find a relationship that will stand the test of time. Fun facts. Marcus loves binge watching New Girl. He hopes to be an astronaut one day. Okay. His favorite flower is the Edelweiss. Edelweiss. Because of the symbol of dedication, and he probably likes sound of music like the rest of us. Anyways, next is Marvin, Santa Monica, California. Luxury event planner, 28. Marvin is the CEO of his own company, loves his family, and has a handsome smile to match. He considers himself a romantic and is looking for a wife who has sugar, spice, and everything nice. Open communication and strong family values are very important to Marvin. He's hoping to start a family soon and is ready to create a legacy with his future soulmate. Marvin loves the luxurious things in life, like always being GQ ready, but is also down to go camping and explore nature. And fun facts. Marvin was born in Cameroon, Africa. Marvin speaks French fluently. Yeah, because he's from Cameroon. Marvin dreams of buying a beachside mansion in Malibu. Next, we have Matt from Atlanta, Georgia. He's an insurance executive, 27. This Southern boy is ready to find love. Matt's family and friends describe him as a genuine, open-minded, and loyal. He's passionate about his work in his family's insurance business and is truly ready to be wifed up. When he's not working, Matt loves going hiking, making music, and spending time with his beloved dog, Nina. He's also really into meditation and hopes to find a woman who is all zen, no drama. Matt's dream date is exploring a museum with the woman of his dreams and talking about all the different art pieces. His parents are still together and very much in love, so he's looking for a love story like theirs. Fun facts. Climbing Mount Everest is at the peak of Matt's bucket list, pun intended. Matt really wishes he had the ability to teleport, don't we all? And he is the only person in his entire family with red hair. Interesting. I think it's Mosey. He's from Albany, New York. He's an algebra teacher. He's 25. Caleb, I think is his real name, but aka Mosey, is an algebra teacher who's ready to see if Mosey plus Jen equals true love. Jesus. The self-proclaimed certified lover boy is charismatic, charming, and serious about settling down. Mosey's extremely close to his family and hopes to have a big family of his own someday. He's been in long-term relationships before, so he knows he's a great partner and is always willing to grow and improve when it comes to showing up for the person he loves. Mosey's ultimate date would be a trip to the moon, and he isn't afraid to try freestyle rapping for his lady on a first date. Fun facts. Mosey speaks Spanish fluently. He played football professionally in the XFL. Interesting. And he can't date you if you have a pet tarantula. So Rob's off the table. But same. Next we have Ricky, who's from Miami, Florida. He's a pharmaceutical representative and he's 28. The former pro baseball player is looking for a deep emotional connection and is tired of the superficial dating scene. He was born and raised in Puerto Rico before moving to Florida with his family where he lives now. Ricky learned English as a teen. Well, no wonder he's fluent in Spanish or whatever the hell. Anyways, maybe that wasn't him. Ricky learned English as a teen by writing poetry and watching rom-com movies. He says he's always working on himself and strives to become a better person every day. Ricky's ultimate date would be making breakfast together and watching the sunrise at the beach. Eggs and bacon with a handsome guy like Ricky. Well, fun facts. Ricky's first language is Spanish, duh, and he still speaks it fluently, well, duh. He never celebrates his birthday, and his favorite author is Jodi Picoult, and he loves reading her books. Next, we have Sam M. from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. He's a contractor, 27. Sam M. brightens every room with his dazzling smile. His tattoos and muscles might look tough on the outside, but Sam M. swears he's a total softie. He's always been a relationship guy and says his ultimate dream is to be a loving husband and father. Sam M. has been in love before and is extremely loyal when it comes to his partner. Cheating is a #1 deal breaker and is looking for a partner as loyal as he is. When Sam M isn't working at contracting, he loves riding motorcycles, golfing, and watching Sons of Anarchy. For Sam M, this journey is all about finding his forever, so we'll see how that goes too. Fun facts. Sam M has never been to the west coast of the US before The Bachelorette. He officiated his sister's wedding recently, and he was homeschooled while growing up. We have Sam N. Carlsbad, California, entrepreneur, 25. Sam N's energy is unmatched. The entrepreneur comes from a big Parisian family and hopes to meet his dream woman to welcome into his world. Sam N's family is extremely important to him, and so is their approval of anyone he dates. He only dates women he truly sees a future with, and he can really see a future with Jen. Sam N is driven and adventurous and wants to take his future wife on thrilling dates like going ziplining. When he's not working, Sam N loves watching rom-coms, another rom-com guy, and spending time with his BFF, aka his dog Wagme. Sam N and Wagme are a package deal, so hopefully Jen's a dog girl. Fun facts. Sam N is a huge prankster and his favorite holiday is April Fool's Day. He loves getting his eyebrows threaded to keep them # on fleek. Sam N enjoys listening to Elvis Presley's love songs. Next, we have Spencer, Dallas, Texas, pet portrait entrepreneur. 30 years old. Spencer is a glass half full kind of guy. He oozes positivity in everything he does, from spending time with his family to running his own businesses. The entrepreneur's work is centered on pets and inspired by his adorable dog. Sorry, they didn't separate the two words. Rooks, I think is his name. When Spencer isn't working, he loves playing Catan with his friends and traveling. Spencer is used to being the wingman for his buddies, but he's truly ready to find his person for life. This mama's boy is ready to leave the nest and is looking for a family-oriented woman who's optimistic, loyal, and loves his dog. Life is never boring when Spencer is around, and he plans to make the most out of every second he has with Jen. Fun facts. Spencer recently hiked 47 miles through the Grand Canyon for 27 hours straight. Spencer loves watching and rewatching The Office. Same girl, same. Spencer ran 2 ultra marathons in the last year. Next, we have Thomas N. from Tugger, Georgia. He's a retirement advisor and he's 31. Thomas N. has a heart of gold. The retirement advisor loves his work and giving back to the community that he says doesn't get enough attention. Thomas N comes from a big Vietnamese family. That will be interesting because she's also Vietnamese and is very proud of his family's heritage and culture. His family has been through a lot and he hopes to find the love as strong as what his parents have. Thomas N is looking for a future wife who loves him for him and is ready to start a family. When he isn't working, he enjoys swimming, watching guys' grocery games on the Food Network, and spending time on a boat with his friends. The little things matter just as much as the big things to Thomas N in a relationship, so we'll see. Fun facts. Thomas N plans on traveling to every continent. He is a former professional swimmer, and he went cliff diving in Italy. Then we have Thomas A. Tomas, I think it's one of Tomas. And he is from Toronto, Ontario. He's a physiotherapist and he's 27. So Thomas has the ultimate golden retriever energy. He's outgoing, lovable, and a total catch. The Canadian cutie comes from a big Italian family, and as his dream date night would be making homemade pizza together with his future wife. Thomas is hoping to find an adventurous woman who loves traveling and is someone he can trust. When Thomas isn't helping others working as a physiotherapist, he loves playing hockey, course he fucking does. Going on runs with his running club and watching Friends. Wonder who his favorite friend is. Mine would probably be Joey. But anyways, he's hoping Jen can be the Rachel to his Ross, for fuck's sakes. But fun facts. Homos enjoys a long drive with no particular destination in mind. Homos dreams of snowboarding in the Swiss Alps, and Thomas has gone ice skating thousands of times. But that is our cast. And some of these people, yes, I do remember. Like I remember Thomas, and but I'll repost the pictures because there's new pictures. Instead of like their casting pictures, you know, or their audition, I more so their audition pictures. So I will post those new pictures. I'll try to get them on prior to this episode airing, but it might be after. But otherwise, that is it. I know that was long. I will put timestamps so you can bypass. I should have said that in the beginning too. Didn't think how long I'll go for, but let's get into the real reason we're here, which is 90 Day UK Season 3, Episode 1. She's taking you for a ride. So we have Charlotte, who is 34, from Southampton. We see her with her mom, and clearly the dynamic between mother and daughter is going to be real fun to watch. And her mom is just a delight. I'm here for it. She says, you know, that Charlotte says she has 2 kids. So 2 kids, all right, 2 cats. They're like her kids, I'm sure. She has been single for a long time now. She has her toy boy. Why did the Brits say toy boy? But anyways, that's what she has now, and that is in Johan with a J. He is from, you guessed it, Dominican Republic, and he's cute. I mean, he's not particularly for me, but he's cute enough. And you also guessed it, he works in the entertainment team in the hotel resort for which she was staying in with her family. Does this at all sound familiar? At all? Anyway. They're going to be planning to get him into the UK, so she can take care of him because, well, we're about to find out how old he is, and, well, after they talked for about 4 months, he proposed to her. Great. They maybe only spent, say, give or take 20 days together, and that's how that goes. But she wants to have kids, and she's got a lot of time, I guess. Anyway, when she gets to the DR, she's going to be looking at wedding venues because, similarly to another cast member on this season, Louise and Jose, they're going to get married in the Dominican Republic. Or could they be potentially moving too fast? We don't know. She wants what she wants, though. Apparently, they did a visa before for him to stay for like a month, and it was declined. So this is why they're doing it this way instead. So we haven't actually talked about how old Johan is. So similarly to the age gap with our first Johan and miserable bitch, we have similarly an age gap between these two. So like I've said, Charlotte's 34, right? Johan is, wait for it, 21. 21. That is a 13-year age difference. 21. Now, listen, I have an issue. If you want to date someone younger than you, fine, go for it. I don't give a shit. 21? He's barely an adult. He's, in my eyes, he's not. Because my brother's 21 and, like, he's a baby. What do you do with a 21-year-old? And she's talking about how she wants to have kids. Does he at 21? Probably not. But she says, I am a cougar. Hear me roar. Like, what the hell? She was initially told that he was actually older than he was. So he lied to you about his age. That just kind of goes to show that what else could he potentially be lying about? Like, that's kind of a red flag. But she said she's perfectly fine with his age. Just okay. I mean, good for you, but I sure as hell would not. I mean, my boyfriend is 3 years older than me, and even sometimes that's not mature enough. 21? What the fuck? 13 years. So there is but there's his job. There's the issue with his job, right? Because he's in entertainment. He needs to get the attention of the other women, and that's how he gets his tip. That's how he gets paid, right? So how do you work around that? But we're kind of down with him. He lives in Punta Cana. He gets a lot of girls, he says, just like, wait, what? But it's his job, he says. He has to have all of the women. He needs to get paid. And he helps his mom with money, of course. And Charlotte, surprised to, well, absolutely no one, also helps his mom with the bills. His mom is, needs help with getting meds as well. We don't know what the medication is, but nonetheless, she needs medication, and Charlotte helps with the medication. And he wants to live in England. Of course he does, God willing. They get married so that he can then get to the UK, and then he can then get a job that's going to be better paying than what he's doing now in order to, similarly to Dominican men of past will send money to the family, which I don't have an issue with someone sending money down to their family. That's not the issue here. It's just like, okay, what's your motivation? Is it to be with her, or is it to get a better job so you can support your family? And to me, usually it's the latter. So her mom, Harold's mom, is just the absolute best. I love her. She's got some concerns with all of this, which I barely know you, and I do have concerns. And she's like, I don't understand what your concerns are. What do you mean you don't understand what the concerns are, Charlotte? You're a 34-year-old woman with a 21-year-old man from a different country. Now, that shouldn't make or break anything, but the reality. And you're giving him money. I wonder if the money dried up, like, would he still be around? We don't know. And she's like, how about only knowing him for like 3 weeks physically? That's a good point, Mom. That's a very good point. Like, I love seeing, like, with Sean and Leah, for example, from In Love with Paradise, have been dating for 3 years. Ashley and Manuel have been dating for 10 before they got married off and on. And fuck. We're talking post-nups and 100K student loans, which we will get to in that episode. But it's just like, they barely know each other and they were dating longer than 3 fucking weeks. You don't know him. He's just a shiny new toy to you. And that's okay. You go through the process, but you don't marry someone who's a shiny new toy. Anyway, she also says, like, I don't really have time to waste. I want to have kids. I'm 34. The clock is ticking. And I'm sorry, but I don't want to marry someone where I'm going to be saying I'm doing it because the clock is ticking. It's just, no. Anyway, That is it with Charlotte. Let's move on to Jamie, 33, from North Landon. He lives with his parents. He says that his mom is just a typical Jewish mother, always feeding him, pampering him, doing his laundry, who knows, potentially wiping his ass. He's a man child, he says. You don't fucking say. He's like, I love a mama's boy dynamic between him and his mom, and he can tell her anything, even the naughty stuff. She says. And he's like, or no, maybe he said that, and she's like, no. His laugh too. I literally wrote, what the fuck is his laugh? What the fuck was that? His laugh is something. Anyway, he has only ever been in a long distance relationship. He's never dated women in England or wherever he is from in England. He has a type. He's only ever dated Thai girls, Vietnamese girls, Asian girls. And this time he is now dating Kathleen. And she is from the Philippines, but currently lives in Cyprus. So they talk like, just a simple 30 to 40 times a day. So there seems to be a little bit of a competition between Mom and Kathleen. And he's like, he wants to be able to do all of she wants to be able to do all the mothering. He's like, I love it when women are fighting over me. But, sir, you like the fact that women are fighting over you, yet the woman in the equation is your fiance and your mother. If there isn't a UK equivalent to I Love a Mama's Boy, he needs to be on it. He's on the wrong show. What is happening? Like, what? When he said that, I think I threw up in my mouth. I'm pretty sure I did. It was pretty disgusting. Anyway, so he says that he has sent her money totaling about £2,000 per month. Per month. His mom found out by looking at his bank statements. Now, he is 33, so he's a grown-ass man. Why is his mother looking at his bank statements? That's an invasion of privacy. There are some issues in this equation. And she basically was like telling him, like, don't let people walk all over you. You're the man. What does him having to be the man have to do with anything? I mean, in general, you should never let anyone walk all over you, but what does his gender have to do with that? Mom. So he's an operations officer. It's like, women really love a uniform. How the fuck would you know? Because didn't you literally just say that you haven't really dated in your country? Like, maybe you have pictures of you in your work uniform, which why would you? But anyways, like, how would you know? Because you don't even interact with people in your country. You interact with people in an Asian country who are long distance, who don't get to experience the man in the uniform in the same way that people who are physically there to see it. And personally, even if it wouldn't really, him being in uniform wouldn't really make a difference. That's me though. I'm different. That's my opinion. But I'm just like, what? Anyway. Apparently, they have broken up before. They broke up for 6 months because, I was really letting people, words get to me. Yeah, whatever they were saying was really getting to me, so that's why I broke up with her. What? So, I mean, I understand maybe the influence, but at the end of the day, you make the decision on whether or not you're going to stay with this person, despite what other people may or may not be saying. Do you have no backbone, sir? Like none? Zero? Okay. I mean, this is a woman who literally has to have his mommy do his laundry. And he's 30 fucking 3. Anyways. And he is meeting up with his friend Richard, who is just gold. Who knew? This is episode 1, and I'm already like, I'm loving it. Okay, so Richard is not exactly shy to tell his opinion. You don't fucking say. And he tells him, so I did get back with Kathleen. So wait, Richard didn't know you were with Kathleen before this? But anyways, Richard's like, why? Why'd you get back with her? And he's like, something was just missing without her, you know? And his friend without a fucking beat says, yeah, your common sense. Shit. Richard, I like you. He should be a permanent fixture in all 90-day iterations to tell them you lack common sense. Like, there has to be somebody in the Angela, Ed, lacks all the sense. Honestly. Who else? People of 90 days past. There's so many people who just lack the sense. He's perfect. Give him a permanent position. Anyways, he's like, but I feel like she is the one for me. She's nice to me. So is your mom. Doesn't mean that she's the one for you, though. Fuck. Anyway. And Richard, again without a single beat, literally says, yeah, when she wants money. Fuck. And he's like, I know you can't be single for long, but don't drink poison when, just because you're thirsty. I'm using that, Richard. Thank you so much. Anyway, so then Jamie says, you haven't met her yet. So I like Richard. He doesn't need to meet anybody. He doesn't say shit from a distance. This is great. He's like, I don't really want to. Oh my God. I like him. I really like Richard. He's an asshole. He's a bitch, but I like him. He's like, Jamie says she's different. And, Richard says, my guy, we've had this conversation like 2 girlfriends ago. Like, she's not different because you told me that one was different. And he's like, he's going to end up broken, miserable. And Jamie says, well, I was thinking of proposing to her. What do you think? Well, based on everything Richard said previously, he's not about it. No. And his Richard, again, can we hire him permanent position? And he literally says, if you do propose to her, I will give you the biggest slap in history. I am Richard. Richard's me. I'm so serious. Oh, this is so good. This is episode 1 and we're ready. We haven't even gotten I Love You Chicken yet. And this is great. I love you chicken. Listen, that song, what's it? Clan, 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 or something like that. Such a good song. Anyways, I think this is the last person for this episode. Let me just double check. Yes. So we got John, 29, from Ellsbury. So he's a chef, I think, because he's really passionate about food and it tells. That's what he says, not my words. He's like, he went to Thailand 1 year, kind of like as a gap year situation. And there he met Sprite. He ended up having to move back to the UK for his career, so he had to leave Sprite behind. But he says Sprite can be, how do you say, a bit of a bitch. We're about to see that. And he's like, he is, wait, what I say here? But anyways, I think he calls him like he's still like Sprite still in Thailand. And John, as they're talking on the phone, he just keeps telling him like, I miss you, I miss you, I miss you so much, I love you, I miss you. And it's at this point that you're like, okay, Sprite's giving him nothing, and that's concerning. But I also got to the point where I'm like, do you need to constantly tell him that you love him in order to get the validation that you are not getting from Sprite? I think that's the biggest thing. Like, he clearly feels insecure, whether it's he creating the insecurity or he feels Sprite is creating the insecurity. Either way, he has insecurities, and he just keeps like, I love you, I miss you, and it's like, oh no, this is going to be a train wreck. So now we are in Thailand with Sprite, who is 26, lives in Bangkok, and he is a freelance photographer. And you know what? His work is actually really incredible. We actually see some of his pictures. He's good at what he does. And he says he is open to live in the UK because, of course, it would open up new opportunities for him, especially in his career, help him advance, and he's down for all of it, of course. He says, when we first met, I didn't like him. I wanted nothing to do with him. I'm attracted to him. Like, no, ew, no. And he said he just kept asking me to date him, but like, I wasn't interested. And no, no. He's like, the only reason we talked was because um, he was teaching English. Like, he was working as an English teacher or something of some sort. And that is the only reason that they actually were talking. So, wait, how does it go from let me teach you the ABCs in English to wanna fuck, wanna date, I love you, I miss you? Like, how does it get from that to that? Especially when, like, in this case, Bryce's not even attracted to him. We'll kind of see how that's gonna work. But he is with his friend, and his friend is like, what is your ideal guy then if you're not attracted to him? He's like blonde, blue-eyed, strong, maybe has a hammer, like a hammer, a real one that really only he can pick up and lift up for some reason. Like, and you know, it also shoots thunderbolts out of the hammer too. It's really interesting. He lives in this faraway place. Like, it would technically be long distance, but he lives in this place called Asgard, and yeah, you have to get there by going like on a rainbow bridge that I think actually isn't even there anymore. And yeah, there's Idris Elba like guards the Rainbow Bridge. It's a whole thing. His dad died. Yeah. His mom died too. Ooh, he's an orphan. It's better that way. He did get fat at one point, but he was able to get back in shape. It was great. I think now he works with something called the Guardians of the Galaxy, or at least he did anyways in that one movie. I don't know. And if you guys remember, he wants Thor. Maybe aka Chris Hemsworth. I'm not too sure if it's Chris Hemsworth he wants or he just wants Thor. But anyways, either way, I get it. Because I too wouldn't mind a man with a really big and strong hammer with lightning bolts coming out of it. Even when he was fat with a beer belly, he was still hot. Anyways, that's what Sprite Ideal Man is. It's great. I love it. And but in reality, that's not what I have. I don't have Thor. I have fucking John, who would not be Thor. He would be Thor when he was already fat with the beer belly. And I'm like, Jesus, fuck. He is a bitch. I like him, but he's a bitch. And he says, I feel like John is more into me than I am into him. Well, looks like a disaster is headed our way. Yeah. So we got a face mask going and face mask going. It's John, and yeah, it does appear that Sprite's actually going to be traveling to England instead of John going to Thailand. So he says, so I actually wrote, why does he have so many cucumbers? He's going to eat the others. And he's like, I think he likes me for me. And we're just over here being like, ooh, he wants more of a Chris Hemsworth lookalike. And you, sir, are not even that. Yeah, you guys being like, ooh. But they are, so we see him meeting up with his sister, and his Thai is actually pretty good. John talked Thai. John talked Thai well. And if you understand that reference too, from just a movie, I think from the last time I said this, you are my people. Anyway, he tells her that Sprite is going to be coming soon. Apparently, Sprite has done some things. Mm-hmm. And he hasn't really talked about those things with anybody, and you're just like, what did he do? Did he fuck Thor? Because fuck, I want to fuck Thor too. But no, close. Apparently, what Sprite has done is, this one time, we tell a little story. This one time, Joe was going through his phone, and while going through his phone, he sees a picture of Sprite in a hotel room with another guy. What? Okay, Sprite, you can be a bitch. I'm all down for you being a bitch. Don't be a cheating bitch, though. That's not good. Not a good look. Now, did he look like Thor? Because then I might give you an eighth of a pass. But he's like, I do still worry sometimes about whether or not he's being faithful. Sir, this man wants Thor. I would be concerned too. And so then we see that he's at the gym in the next scene, and Sprite is going to be here tonight. And he worries because he says he's put on some weight, he says, and he's just worried about whether or not he's going to be attracted to him. And he says, looking like him in the gay community is not, it's not really it's not great. He basically is kind of making it seem like you wouldn't be accepted if you look that way within the gay community, which is really sad. You shouldn't have to worry about that no matter how you identify. And he's like, the fact that Sprite is kind of into him at all. He literally said it's a rarity. And again, really sad because I kind of hate that for him. Like, no, I do like John. I think he's a guy who needs constant validation, but I do like him. Anyway, so he seems to be really in love with Sprite, and it's really sad. But anyways, he goes and he gets flowers. They're pretty. He gets them at the airport anyways, because he's at the airport now, and he's just crying already, and Sprite hasn't even fucking shown up. He's just standing there waiting for him to show up, and he's already crying. And yeah, he's just kind of there now, waiting to see, is he coming? Is he not coming? But we're just gonna have to wait and find out. But that is the end of this episode 1. We'll see how we'll do the next episode if I'll combine 2 and 3. We'll figure it out. But this is probably going to be the only episode you're getting for today. You should be getting this on Tuesday. But we'll see how it kind of goes. But that is it for this episode. The season looks like it's going to be real good. We have a couple coming up soon who broke up with their fiance for this guy in Egypt, and it's gonna be great. But that is it for this episode of 90 Day UK. So if you like what you heard, please rate, review the podcast on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Also, don't forget that you can also share us with everyone in your life if you really love this. And I do want to read those reviews. I'm definitely getting 5-star ratings, but I want to read those reviews. So send me those reviews and I will read those 4 and 5-star reviews on the podcast. Also, we're on every one of your favorite podcast apps. Every one of them, including you can find us on YouTube at Reality Tea Times 2. If you want to connect with us, you can do so by going to either Facebook or Instagram at Reality Tea Times 2. You can also find us on Twitter, TikTok, Reddit at Reality Tea Times 2 pod. We also have our email, which is at realityteatimes2 at hotmail.com. Definitely want to hear from you guys. And we also have our new website where you can listen to all of these episodes. You can review the podcast on there as well. You can connect with me in any way, all the stuff. It's all there, and you can find me there at www.realityteatimes2, all spelled out, .podpage.io. It's there. And don't forget, I also have my other podcast with my friend Mikkel, Next Take Podcast, where we talk about all kinds of different topics. But you can find us on any of your favorite podcast apps over there as well. Or you can also go to YouTube, and you go to Next Take Podcast, as well as our website, which is solo.to/Next Take Podcast. So yeah, there's that, and that's basically that. And again, don't forget, if all of this information is overwhelming, we do have all of the links, everything in our show notes. But that is it for now, guys. Thanks. Bye.